Welcome to the Chelmsford Art Society's November 2021 event. We are so excited to welcome Raksha Soni as our artist tonight. She will be doing a demonstration of her acrylic painting, Dawn. So, welcome, Raksha.
Thank you.
Just a little bit about the Chelmsford Art Society and our artist. The Chelmsford Art Society has been around for over 50 years now. We do hope to have a 50th celebration. It will be 50 plus plus since we turned 50 in 2020. But we have a vibrant group of artists, from brand new artists to people that came back to art, and people that have been artists their entire lives. And that range of artists gives us just so much interesting people as part of our group. We have these monthly events, and we also have summer and winter shows at the Chelmsford Library and a very big art festival at the 4th of July in Chelmsford. But we share a lot of art news, and we hope that you can join us so that we can continue these. We also welcome donations. But tonight is Raksha, and I am not pronouncing that right, I know, I apologize. But Raksha has beautifully, stunningly come back to art. After studying it in school, she was in IT for many, many years. And now excuse me, I have a cold. She has done oil painting, acrylic painting, Indian folk art. She teaches adults and students. She does charity work. She has such a prolific amount of art that I recommend you highly check out her website. That will be posted. And enjoy. We are going to have a great night learning about how she creates the beautiful painting, Dawn. Thank you, Raksha.
Thank you so much, Elaine, for your kind introduction. I am honored to be here and such a pleasure to present in front of all the audience through YouTube and in person. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And I will be showing you the painting Dawn, which is showing in front of my easel. So we will be making that. But before we move to the painting, let's go through the supplies we will be using for the painting. So I will be painting on a canvas. This is standard canvas, student quality. And I have done gesso a couple of times on this one to create smooth surface. And then I will be using acrylic paints to create this painting. And I will go, so my colors are, I use Winsor & Newton, I also use Lucas, so like different brands which I really like, and I will be going through the colors we will be using. So I have titanium white color, we have ivory black color, cayenne blue, ultramarine blue, I have lavender, light purple color, violet color, and viridian green. Okay, this is what I have. And then I have shades of yellow. As you can see, so many bright colors of morning sun coming out in this painting. So I have lemon yellow, also have cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, deep red color, cadmium orange, cadmium red, and burnt sienna. Okay, so let's begin. So I haven't done any drawing, so let's go through this drawing quickly. So if you look at this scene here, this is the water area, and then most of the area is covered by the sky, and then there are some trees showing up here. Okay, so if you look at the painting, I usually go by, like when I'm using a reference picture, I go by the grid system, which is very easy, especially for new people, but a lot of big artists also follow the same style. So what you can do, so let's say like if this is my half, dividing half into horizontal line, using a horizontal line, and this is my vertical line. Vertical line doesn't make sense, but since we are creating this horizon line, so if you compare this line and if you create 1/4 line, you can see even the water is much lower. Okay, so I'm creating the same thing. I'm using wine charcoal, which is, you can remove it when you are done. So you can erase this one, so easy to work on canvas. So this is my halfway line, this is my quarter line, and above that I think it doesn't matter. Okay, so water part will be little bit lower, so I'm marking that horizon line. So underneath this line will be water, and then above that will be the sky part. Okay, then if you are vertically dividing this painting into half, you can see the water is on the left hand side here. So if I'm dividing it here, the water is on this side and almost this side. Okay, so 1/4 or more than, little bit more than that is covered, is water, and the rest of the area is the fields and trees. And then you can draw a rough line. I'm just like marking, roughly marking the trees here. So trees will be on this side, and then we will have some trees on this side. So I will just draw these trees, and rest of the thing will be sky. Okay, you can always like change shape and size of the trees you are seeing here, because nature is very flexible and each tree is different than the other, right? So that's the good part. And then we can, this is our drawing, and we can start painting. So if you look at the reference picture here, so there are so many beautiful colors in the sky. The sun is rising from here, and then there are clouds around that, and you can see the formation of clouds showing in purple color, and after that we have blue sky. So what we are going to do, we will be going layer by layer, and then we will be starting from the lightest color we have here. Okay, so I'm assuming that all the colors are, the basic sky is in blue, and then after that we have all the colors. Okay, when you are applying paint and applying different layers over and over again, that creates a depth in your painting. Okay, so brushes I'm using, mostly brushes I'm using, these are synthetic brushes. Okay, I don't like, little bit harder, I use short brushes mostly, and little bit harder brushes I like over softer brushes. Okay, so I will be, since the canvas is 16 by 20 size, so I'm going with a little bit bigger brush, and first I will be creating the light blue color you are seeing on top here. Okay, so for that I'm taking some white color. Whenever you are mixing light color, start with white instead of starting with blue. So if you are creating light blue color, don't start with light blue, because otherwise you will be adding more and more white color into that. Okay, so I'm taking little bit of cyan blue and mixing in that, and see if this is the right color of the sky. Okay, I might need one more shade, so I'm adding some white color over here, and then I'm putting this on the canvas, going back and forth. Okay, so this is the first round. Make sure you are trying to, on canvas there are so many holes, make sure you are filling those holes. Means the paint should not be too thin, don't add too much water, otherwise you have to go back and forth and fill those. Okay, so very, very light blue color, mostly white, a touch of blue. Okay, so this is like almost the blue color we have here, right? I am extending this one little further. So when we are doing the lavender or purple color clouds on that, we already have the background. So we are not leaving any empty spaces on canvas. If needed, you can mix some more. So I am mixing some more. Very, very light blue color, and then extending this one further up to here. And after that, you can see it's pretty much yellow and orange and red colors. Okay, so blue, I am doing almost half, top half of the canvas is light blue. Okay, I am going over this again just to make sure that everything is covered and we haven't left any blank spots. Okay, so this part is the top part, like we have created this top part, it's getting little lighter when you are moving down. Okay, you can directly blend on canvas as well, that's another technique. So this time I am taking white color only, and you can spread this color. Since everything is wet right now, it will blend into the color. Okay, same thing you can do reverse way, like if you want to do the top part little bit darker, you can add darker here and then you can blend downwards. So this is blending of colors on canvas. Okay, blending is much easier when both sides, both colors are wet. Okay, so it's already blended. Okay, so this is the basic sky, but after that we will be adding more colors on top of this. So if you look at the reference picture here, so as I mentioned that we will be going with light shade to dark shade because it's much easier to do light shade, and on top of that when you are putting dark color on that, it will be easier that way. You can always go other way around, but it will be harder when you are applying the darker color first and then doing light color on top of that, right? So if you look at the sky here, the sun is just rising, so just above the trees, that's the area which is the lightest here, the shade of yellow and white. So what I am doing here, I washed my brush, wiping it. So whenever you are changing color, that's important. So I am taking some more white color, and then I am taking some cadmium yellow to mix this. And first applying almost in the center. Okay, so this is the area. Right now I am not following any pattern or how it is looking. I am covering wider areas. Okay, going even like if you are going little bit inside the trees, it's okay. Okay, so this is the light color we have. Usually like going back and forth to cover the areas. Okay, even this color will be darker eventually, but it's okay to extend the color and not extending too much because right now the blue color is also wet. So if you are mixing yellow and blue color, it will become green. So I'm doing the remaining area and staying underneath the blue color until it is completely dry. Okay, so I have covered around trees, and if the color is going slightly inside the trees, that's perfectly fine. So this is the lightest yellow we are using here. Then slowly we can go, like you can see the darker color or how it's changing into orange color. Okay, so we can start doing that. Okay, and for that, this time I am not mixing the yellow color with white. I am taking as it is, and I am doing some lines in between, leaving some area white, and then doing a little bit darker around here. Okay, good thing clouds are also very, very flexible. It could be different, like if you are seeing the clouds today and tomorrow it will be completely different. Different areas, if you move from one place to another, it will be different. So very flexible how you are doing your clouds or the light, how it's coming. But colors are important, that you are going from light to a little bit darker. Okay, next color I will be mixing little bit of orange in yellow color. So it's combination of both colors, and then I'm starting going around here.
Is this scene close to your house, or is it a scene you've seen traveling, or?
Yeah, so this is very close to our house. But like this kind of scene, you can, like sometimes you see the sky is so beautiful, especially when you are traveling in the morning. And that time, like I have seen like so many times, and always so fascinated by the colors, the morning sun colors. So, but this scene was taken like close to our home. Yeah, just a
beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit darker as I'm going down here, because this is going to be a little bit darker. So again, I'm working in layers. And since this is not a a shape which we have to be this way or that way, it should not be like that. So you can just create any shape like how the clouds are looking. If you are not happy, you can always go back and you can increase your white color. Okay, you can work in the center area, and then we are moving towards the sides. Okay, so now I am going to my next level of colors. So this time more orange and yellow, and then some of the clouds just like coming inside here, and then you can spread the orange color around.
We have a comment. The colors are so beautifully soft.
Thank you.
And Sunil Lakhani says, great job, Raksha.
Oh, thank you. You can also smoothen the edges little bit, okay, by adding like yellow color again here. Okay, so we are ready to go little bit darker. So now I am adding some red color and orange color. So go even brighter. This time I am starting from the side and then blending into the color, orange color we already have. Going from one side to the other, and then you can create then we can add some even darker than this. So this time I am adding more red.
Where do you normally paint?
So usually, like even though I like to go out and paint there, but lot of times I take pictures whenever I am visiting some places, or because usually when I travel with my family, so they won't wait until I paint. So I have to take pictures, and then I paint either at my studio at the brush gallery, or I paint at home. I also have a studio in my basement, so I sit there and paint.
I understand. My husband once had to tell me that the bus was leaving.
No, but that's so much fun if you can do, because no matter how many pictures you take, it's never the same. The colors you are seeing, like when you are outside and in nature or whatever you are drawing, whenever you are capturing a picture, I think you lose lot of colors, and you have to imagine those colors and you have to put that in your artwork. So some rough orange color. Okay, so we will come back to this one, but let's go back to the sky again here. So around yellow we see lot of orange color, and then it's turning into red, shades of pink, and if you are going little higher you can see it's getting little purplish, right? So let's move to that purple color, and I have two shades of purple. One is little lighter and another one is violet color, darker. So I am starting with the lighter one. Okay, and above that I am just putting this purple color, blending into orange, and at this point I will start dabbing little bit to create the shape, and going with slightly thinner brush.
One of your Zoom students is watching and very much enjoys seeing you paint live.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I just think it's wonderful. You, as other artists, have really reached people when they couldn't come and learn in person. And I love how many Zoom classes you have been able to offer, both for children and adults, because we all feel that need for art.
No, thank you so much. I feel the same. I think I survived due to thanks to Zoom, that I survived for 2 years when we were not able to. Initially I started as taking in-person classes, but as soon as we started closing into 2020, one of my students asked me to start Zoom classes. Then I said, I don't know how you can teach art on Zoom. But it worked out very well. We figured out how to do art effectively on Zoom, and it's so nice to see my students thriving and enjoying classes. Even on Zoom, they wait for classes and join these classes. Even now, they come for these classes, even though some of the things are already open, and I'm really grateful for that. Okay, so we created one layer of purple color, and then down here, like some clouds in this color. So we will be doing and if it's your color is still wet and if it's blending, that's perfectly fine, because that's the look we want. In the sky, it's never like we put some patches there, did patchwork or made a quilt. They are always blending into each other, and that's the beauty.
I think it's very interesting how you're building the layers, and that's building that depth that is seen in the finished painting.
Yeah. I think for landscape, I like to do this way. So like you can create different layers, and like after that, the effect is completely different rather than going and filling out the colors there. And when you have first layer, after that, like if you want to change some colors, add more blue or add more darker shades, you can always do that. So this time I mix some blue in this one, ultramarine blue, and let's see how it is looking. Going a little darker here, and then blending into the color. So in between, change color. Even if we see lot of clouds in the sky, like if you look at them closely, the color is very different, like even inside one color, right? So that's what we are trying to create.
I think a lot of people only understand color and how many variations there are when they find out there are 20 different whites at Home Depot. But every artist I know talks about the multitude of colors and achieving that color. And for photographers, you find a printer that knows the color black that you want the photo to come out in.
So added few more colors. Now I am going with the darker one and adding that dark violet color in between. Everything is wet right now, so it's blending. Okay, taking red color now and putting it over here, so it will blend into the purple and create different shade.
Does anyone have any questions? your fan base is just throwing compliments at you.
Oh, thank you. It's nice to hear from them because usually they don't.
Oh no, I love all the stuff that you show on Facebook. That's where I've been seeing you. I know that you have a very active social media presence on Instagram and other places. But just seeing all the different art that you do is amazing.
Thank you.
Could you mention the thing that you just did on Sunday at the Boston Children's Museum?
Yeah, so the biggest festival in India is Diwali. So this is around the time like when we have Diwali. It's almost like Christmas. We do a lot of lights and make good food and celebrate with friends and family. A lot of gift giving. So we just celebrated Diwali at the Children's Museum. They do it every year. So this time they asked me to come, and I brought my students with me because a lot of students have been learning Indian folk art with me, and that's what I have presented there. So there is an art form called Madhubani art. It's from Bihar state of India. Very, very thousands of year old art form, and it's a folk art, very vibrant color, and that's what we have presented. So Children's Museum, we were expecting kids from age 3 to like the adults. So my students handled them so well. We had 2 sessions there. Morning session, there were 500 people in the museum. There was a big line coming in the room doing artwork with us and going back. And second session, we had 600 people doing the same thing, but it was a lot of fun. Kids sat there, they did the artwork, did all the details of Madhubani there. So very good learning experience, and we all appreciated that a lot.
It looked fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we have a question. Mm-hmm. Do you find water works best for you for blending? Do you sometimes use acrylic mediums?
Sometimes I do acrylic mediums, but usually like when I'm doing acrylic painting, I use water. And I use very little water, like only when I have to do blending. If I'm not using, these are soft body paints, so it already has, they are a little bit like liquid. So when you are, initially I don't use water, but after that when they started to become dry, that time I mix water in that, okay, just for spreading. Okay, so we have like this color, again like we will be going slightly darker again. This time I am going with pure red color, and then on the sides I am adding this red color. Everything is white right now, and then I am blending this around here in the center. Okay, edges are still rough like clouds. And then at the bottom I am adding some more red. In between, orange could go here. Okay, so this one I think we can leave it here right now, and then we can come back towards the end how exactly it is looking, and if we want to change the look little bit. Okay, so now what I am going to do, so on both sides like where we have trees, first I am going with burnt sienna color and drawing outlines, maybe adding some red to that. Okay, and then, no, I think too light. Okay, added some black into that, And then I'm creating the trees again. The edges are rough, as you can see. Okay, so 2 trees on this side. Okay, right now working above the horizon line. There will be some small bushes or small trees far away, which we are drawing over here. And then I am creating some more trees. Okay, I am dabbing for the trees, not going back and forth. And then we have many trees on this side. So, this is just a rough line we have created for the trees, and the creek is going slightly like in angle. So, we can also make this line, and let us see, this is also, since you have water, like it will be reflection in the water. So, this side will be, or it could be a field. Actually, this is, it was just an island here. Okay. And same thing I am going to do on the other side. This side I will be putting the same color. So, we can, in the center, we can show the color of sun in the river. Keeping this horizon line here clear. Okay. Okay, whatever edges we are creating, just pay attention that we are doing little bit rough edges. Now, we can work on the water, and we are trying to add the similar color. So, we have yellow and orange. So, again I am starting with little bit lighter orange color here. It will change like when we show the reflection, but right now just put this color. This is our first layer.
In looking at your work, I've seen a lot of different styles, modalities, mediums. Is there any one that you like more than another, or do you just really like experimenting and trying all of them?
So, I like all different kind of work. So, sometimes, but the thing is, like, there are phases. Like when I am doing landscape for several months, I will be on landscapes. After that, I will move to something else. So, this is like you get bored with one thing, and after that you want to do another thing. So, it's similar to that, but some of the things I always do. So, I am into Indian folk art as well. I always enjoy doing, because it has lot of intricate work. So, that's always very relaxing, and my classes forces me to do that every day. So, so that way, like, I'm always connected to that kind of thing, and at the same time I can create the work I want to whenever I'm traveling, I have pictures, I go through those, and when I want to create those, sometimes I'm totally into different kind of architectures or streets or colorful building. Color always fascinates me, so you will see a lot of colors in my paintings.
I do see that. That color is a hallmark. You are getting much more love. Lata and Pravin and your husband. I'm going to have to just give you the list at the end because everyone is glued to the screen.
Oh, okay. So last thing I'm doing is like almost, not last actually, we can continue to work on this one, improve a lot of things. But I want to add little bit of green color in the trees we have created. So even though the light started coming, so we can see the green color of nature. It's not just like the dark thing for the trees. So I'm adding some green color down here in between. So, and this time my paint is little bit thinner because for the edges I want to make it little bit like lighter edges. Okay, so that's why I made the color little bit thinner around the edges. So first I am adding the shade of green, very, very light green mixed with brown color. So it's not very intense. And then you can add some green here for the fields around. I am adding some brown color in my green to make it little bit dull. Same thing on this side. And again the edges I am trying to make little bit rough. And in the water there is a tree above here. So in the water you will be seeing reflection which is dark. Okay, so I am creating the reflection underneath here, which is like black and little bit brown in that. Same thing, like you will be seeing.
I always feel it's almost there's a single moment where it turns from all these layers of colors to the scene.
Okay, we can go slightly lighter, like some lighter color here, and some light patches over here. Around the trees, like where the light is hitting at the top, I would like to add some brighter like orange color over here. This is where the light is coming, so I'm just going around this, the top part. Light is coming from this side, so at least this side you are getting this bright color. The top here, you can also red if you want. You can see the red color is also like flowing through the trees. Okay, now time to do the reflection. We already have yellow and orange color, so now we are putting some like shades of red, and whatever color you are seeing here, that's important. So if there is purple here, so in that case water you will be seeing purple as well. So the color which is above here, and then I just washed my brush, wipe it, and then blending it little bit so it doesn't look too harsh. You can also, like if you have something yellow here, you can add that yellow down here as well.
I agree with the viewer. You're making it very easy to understand the elements and the technique that brings out the painting.
Thank you. And wherever the light is coming from the center, so that's the reason I have done this side much lighter, because the light is coming from this side. I have to see from far. Okay, so I think I will be doing a little bit more blending over here.
You have an international following. Someone is from Bangkok.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Now I have students from India. Some of my students, when I'm teaching classes in the evening here, they wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning or 4:30. They join classes, which is really heartwarming for me to see that dedication. Yeah, to join the class so they can paint.
What time of day do you like to paint?
I'm not a morning person. Whenever I'm waking up early, I always feel I think every day I should be getting up early and painting, but usually daytime and nighttime. I would like to be more organized and do 9 to 5 kind of thing, but I'm still trying. It doesn't happen. So just lightening the center part a little bit. And also around the clouds here, I will just like make it a little bit lighter, add some yellow touches here. So right now it's wet around here. I will take some yellow color and add so that will give even more interesting color to the clouds. And now I'm taking this yellow color, white color and light yellow color, spreading it higher.
Chrissy Theo Hunkate, thank you for coming. And she does point out something, that in a static picture, you bring energy. There's energy in all the colors.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry?
How many years have you been painting?
More than 40 years now. So I have degree in fine arts. So I started when I was in school, and then it was so I painted like every single day until I was in school and college. But like after I was married and then had kids, I think your priorities changed. Then that was at the back seat. And I was occasionally doing it as my hobby because I started working in software field. So 5 years ago, I quit my job and I decided that I will be following my passion, and whatever I always wanted to do, I will be following those things. So I started my LLC, Brush and Paisley, 5 years ago, and then I started teaching to kids, I started exhibiting my paintings, and this is my full time. I'm enjoying this a lot. Thank you. So this is like 1 hour demo of this painting. So I will continue to work on this one because that's my style. So I finish work, and after that, at least for like a month or 10 days, the painting is in front of me. And whenever I'm passing through that painting, I see a lot of flaws in that. So I start touching up those, and that's how I create my work.
Is it ever done? A lot of painters just have to step back and say, yes.
I think that's similar to that, but I stretch that for a few days, like the process for a few days. So sometimes like when you are into that, you don't see like what you have done correctly. So when you are looking at that over and over again, you can see, oh, the light is not correct here, or my values are not correct here. So you can start, it's like half an hour work every day.
Can you explain a little bit more about Brush and Paisley? That's your company?
Yeah, that's my company. So, and it's for my art. So I teach students, as I mentioned before. I teach adults. I teach little kids like 5 and above. And I also exhibit. I sell my paintings. So you can check my website, Brush and Paisley, and my work is there. And I am also part of the Brush Gallery and Studios in Lowell. So yes, I'm resident artist there, so you can come and check my work there as well.
We will be sharing links for all of her work on our website, on this YouTube page, and our Facebook page. And we will be highlighting some of her work for sale. So please stay tuned for all those links. They will be put in shortly.
Okay. Thank you so much, Elaine. And before I end, I really want to give my sincere thanks to Chelmsford Art Society and Chelmsford's Center for the Arts. Elaine, Barbara, Julie, Dan, I think you have done a fantastic job, and I really appreciate that you gave me this opportunity. I'm totally honored and very happy to demo this painting in front of you. And thank you for coming in person, and thank you for all YouTube viewers. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. This has been amazing.
Thank you.
Good night.